Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise here on Madden 25. Last episode, we did the wild card round against the Washington Commanders, and we came away successful. Now, for our troubles, we get to go and play the Chicago Bears. The Bears! And Caleb Williams, who have progressed really well here in just a season and, well, basically 2 seasons. So we're taking on the Bears today. Luckily, it is a home playoff game because we had the higher seed and the better record. So it is a home playoff game. The only way it's not going to be a home playoff game in this tournament run, in this playoff run, is if we head up against the Philadelphia Eagles, who had the number 1 seed. If they win their game today as well, then we'll obviously play them if we win ours. So that's really the only way that we're not going to be hosting throughout the entirety of the playoffs until the Super Bowl. So fingers crossed the Eagles lose. Excuse me. Fingers crossed the Eagles lose and we win so that we get to host all the way through the NFC Championship. But we're taking on the Bears today. NFC Divisional round. We need to play better. We still are without Mike Evans and without DeJuan Jones. So it's going to be a little bit tricky again, but we should be able to get the job done as long as the defense can do their job, specifically the defensive line. So let's go into it. If you go into enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's go win a playoff game. Here it is, NFC Divisional round, Bears versus Bucks. Now, on paper, the Bears are actually a higher rated team than us. They just had one more loss than we did. But this Bears team, in just 2 seasons with Caleb Williams, has ascended to not only just a playoff team, but a very threatening playoff team. We'll have to keep an eye out on that. This is what the bracket looks like in the divisional round. It's Chiefs and Jets, it's Colts and Bills, it's Eagles and Rams, and then it's us and the Bears. So if the Rams end up upsetting the Eagles, which would be absolutely awesome, then and we beat the Bears, obviously, we would host the NFC Championship against the Rams, but any other outcome would mean the Eagles obviously would host in Philly against either us or the Bears. But I don't want to go home just yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to end our season just yet. We've got a new message from the defensive coordinator, it looks like. So we are going to be talking about the Bears in the playoffs. We need to shift our focus to our playoff game against the Bears. What did we find through film study? We didn't see any obvious one-on-one matchup concerns. That's okay. That's a little bit interesting. So we're just going to focus on the D-line being ready. That's what I talked about. I said the D-line needed to make an impact like they did against Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Good to know. Let's go talk to the defense about it. I don't know. What kind of stupid goal are they going to give me today? Big week for us. We're facing the Bears in the playoffs. These guys don't look like they're ready to play football. Coach, in the film study this morning, we talked about how our D-line did something. I don't read that fast. What's our plan to deal with that? Our D-line needs to get off the blocks. They need to work on power moves or finesse moves. I'm going to do block shed because I'm assuming that's what that is. They need to get off the blocks. Great, we'll focus on that all week. I wish they didn't give me a timer. Playoff prep. Your starting D-line will receive a +5 boost to block shed in the next game. That's nice because in the last one, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka and Trayvon Walker both had a big impact in that Commander game. So, and they didn't have that +5 boost to block shed. So maybe today we'll get even more pressure on the quarterback and even more sacks because we'll have +5 block shed to everybody. Maybe that means Kalijah Cansey gets more pressure. Maybe that means Vita Vea gets more pressure. I don't know. Hopefully somebody gets pressure because that's really the only way we win these games sometimes is when our defense gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback and lives in the backfield. But today we take on the Bears. They're an 88 overall. We're only an 86. Looks like they don't have any X factors on their team, at least not. I mean, I don't know why their X factors wouldn't be the top 3. I guess maybe because I guess Caleb Williams could be an X factor. He's just not high enough overall just yet. I don't know. But we have Levante David. And we're still missing Mike Evans, which is going to hurt a little bit, but we got Marvin Harrison Jr., so we should be good on that. It's Bucks. It's Bears. It's playoff football divisional round. Should I change the jerseys? Maybe. Maybe we need some good luck for the jerseys. Maybe we need to go with the jerseys that have won a Super Bowl in the past. Maybe these classics, the classic jerseys. Yeah, let's go with these ones for this game. The classic homes, and hopefully beat the Bears. Big one today, home playoff game, divisional round action, Bucks versus Bears. We need to start off hot. We've got defense first. We've got that +5 boost to our block shed. So we got to come out here and absolutely dominate. How did Caleb Williams do? We never came up against Chicago this season, in the regular season at least. So how did Caleb Williams, and I mean, they won 12 games, so he had to have a good season. 3,200 yards, 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Good amount of yards for a young player. I would like, if I was the Bears, I'd like to see that touchdown number a little bit higher, but 21's not the end of the world by any means, especially when you don't have like amazing weapons around him. You've got, what, DJ Moore and whoever this guy is, who's 15. I don't even know. You've got okay weapons around him. But not like anything too crazy. Nothing like us, obviously, when we have Mike Evans and Marvin Harrison Jr., although our touchdown numbers weren't that great either, just because I didn't throw the ball very much. First down achieved by Chicago. I think I saw in the loading that the Chicago Bear head coach was now the Browns head coach, like the former Browns head, or the current, in real life, current Browns head coach, but in this, former Browns head coach, whatever his name is. I'm blanking on his name right now, but the current Browns head coach in real life is now coaching Chicago. So they must have fired whoever they hired in this. In this game, it's still Eberflus, right? Because obviously they just fired him this year in real life after this season. So they must have gotten rid of him again and hired. What's his name? It's like on the tip of my tongue what his name is, but I can't think of it. I keep wanting to say Kyle Shanahan, but that is the Niners head coach. What the heck is his name? It'll come to me at some point. Probably in my dream when I'm sleeping tonight. Oh, that's a good stuff right there. Loss of one on the play, DeAndre Swift. Injury to Levante David. Remember, at the end of last episode, was it in this series? I think it was. I lowered the injury rating, or the injury slider, to like 15. Because we keep getting injuries like crazy. But apparently it didn't stop it because Levante David goes down. He is back in the game, thankfully. He was only out for like a play. But where's this +5 block shed? Murphy couldn't get off it, and that's going to be getting to Caleb Williams and forcing him to throw that away. I'll take that, I guess. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5? Okay, the Bears being aggressive here. I like it. Chicago, on their first drive of the game, 4th and 5, they're going to go for it. And they're going to get it. No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't. He lost. That's not forward progression. Thank you. Thank you. Cole Kmet caught the football instead of turning up the field. He turned back the other way. Oh, what a mistake from Cole Kmet. And we were able to rally to the football and grab him. What a mistake from Cole Kmet. We got to go back and look at this. Cole Kmet has the first down if he just goes up the field. But I don't know if it was the way that Caleb threw this football. I don't know what happened here. But Cole Kmet goes and attacks it. But he keeps running the other way, and then when he realizes he has to turn up the field, he has no chance, because I think the first down marker is the 35, I'm pretty sure. So he was like 2 yards away from it, maybe a yard away, and then he's not going to get it after that. Mistake made by a young tight end, and we capitalize on it. They got a little too aggressive there. Little too aggressive, going for it on 4th. I know that you're like kind of on the very, very outskirts of field goal range in that spot, and they probably didn't want to punt it back to us. So it makes a little bit of sense, especially because you're not in like your own territory, or you're not super in your own territory. So it makes more sense logically to go for it than it does to punt it or attempt a super long field goal that you're just going to miss anyway. So I get why they did it, but it was risky, and Cole Kmet made a bad mental mistake there by running backwards and not running to the first down marker. So he's probably getting a nice earful on the Bears sideline from his from not only his head coach but his offensive coordinator, his position coach, from his teammates, from everybody that can speak English is going to talk to him, and maybe even the guys that don't speak English. I don't know. Quincy Barner, our rookie, goes down. Please tell me that he is just out for a little bit, because he goes down every single episode. Every game we've played this year, I think he's had injuries, and he has a broken rib. He is out for the game. Quincy Barner might not be a good draft pick. He seems to be unbelievably injury prone. he was out for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even 5 weeks during the regular season. He was injured. So we might have to move on from Quincy Barner after just a season. Or might just have to turn injuries off in general. Because the injuries are getting a little bit too much. I mean, we already lost Mike Evans. I think every single person on our offensive line has been injured at least once or twice the entire season, this season. So, and obviously last year we had Rashad White get hurt for most of the year. We had Baker's been hurt a couple of different times where we had Zach Wilson come in and throw some passes. We end the first quarter with the run there. Our tight ends have been, Kate Otton's been on and off the injury list most of his time here in Tampa. So, I mean, maybe we just turn off the injuries for season 3 because they're getting a little bit out of hand. A little bit out of hand. I mean, I've done some testing with the injury slider and I even moved it down, but it doesn't seem like it's going to affect anything. So, maybe for season 3 we turn off the injuries. Might just be the way to go. But it is a 3rd and 5. This is a big 3rd down. Got to get this to possibly get a touchdown later in this drive. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's the go-to number 1 at this point with Mike Evans being injured. So that's a big 1st down conversion for Tampa. Baker with a good ball. And it looks like we are one of the early games of the weekend because I'm looking down at the little ticker that's going across, and it looks like nobody else is currently playing. So, although that makes sense, they don't usually play. It's usually one game per TV window, I guess, is how you want to put it. And Alvin Kamara, a rare touchdown for him, but he just happened to be in, and there was good blocking. Alvin Kamara scores, and we lead 7-0 over the Chicago Bears. A good defensive drive on our first chance defensively. We held them to a turnover with the 4th down turnover on downs. Let's see what we can do this time. Caleb Williams getting some reps in on the sideline. It looked like they were going to score because they were moving the football pretty well against us. I mean, Caleb Williams was throwing some nice passes. DeAndre Swift was doing his thing, but they kind of got slowed down there at the end. Especially with that, the one play on 3rd down where Caleb Williams threw it right before the sack. Okay, here we go. From the 30 is where they begin. I'd really love that +5 block shed to come into play here. There's a Cole Kmet. I think Cole Kmet caught that with one hand, which is pretty impressive. I'd really love that +5 block shed to come into play on this drive here. That'd be really big if we could get at least 1 sack, maybe 2. Slow this momentum down a little bit. Cheyenne Shawinka was trying. Why are you going backwards, Jamel Dean? He was still in his back pedal when the ball was in the air. Oh, Jamel, you can jump that, and that's a pick 6 if you jump that. Oh, Jamel, you have like 7 interceptions this year. It's not like you've been a scrub. Oh, that's a great throw. It's a really great throw, and he stays on his feet. He is still going. Where's the tackling? Chicago with a beautiful drive. That's Rome Odunze, I think. The young man out of Washington with a big play. Oh, that's a touchdown, maybe. No, there's not going to be. Levante David tracked him down. This is all stemming back to the Jamel Dean non-interception because he was in his back pedal when the ball was in the air. He got fooled by the receiver with the little curl. And it looks like Chicago is going to put 7 on the board here unless something drastic happens. And there's the head coach I was talking about. I still can't think of his name for some. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. Kalijah Cansey. End zone. Not touchdown. Caught by Cole Kmet. Seems like Caleb Williams is favoring Cole Kmet a lot. Which is not a surprising thing. Cole Kmet's a very good player. 2nd and goal from the 1. We brought the blitz. He stays on his feet. Are you kidding me? Levante David was right there. That wasn't even me at that point. I did my job. How did DeAndre Swift stay on his feet here? I met him at the behind the line. I mean, that's not even... What? Usually, they score touchdowns on these type of plays because I'm horrible tackling and I just like completely whiff. That's usually what happens. This time, I met him direct on and he just breaks the tackle like it's nothing. I mean, come on, man. What am I supposed to do in that spot? I did everything I was supposed to do. I did everything correctly and I still get broken tackled. And Chicago will score to tie this game. 1:25 on the clock. We get the ball back. We get the ball to start the second half as well. So there's a chance we can double dip here. Yep. If we can score with 1:25, which shouldn't be too difficult. You never know. Could be tricky. Connor James gives us a great starting spot with the 30. What do we want to start off with? Let's start off with a little high-low cross. Sometimes that the tight end route gets pretty open. But I'm going to hit Marvin Harrison because there was a little bit of a screen there, and Marv will get the first down, run out of bounds. Good job, Marv. And we will go with a halfback screen. That might be a little too stupid. But we're going to go with the halfback slip screens. Yep. Minute 15. All three of our timeouts. If I can get some blocks, which I did, Bucky will be able to get the first down and get out of bounds. So we have not used our timeouts yet. We've been able to go to the 40-yard line without using any timeouts. We're doing a pretty good job. I'm actually going to send Palmer deep. Because Palmer one-on-one, although I think that's Jalen Johnson over there. He might not be able to win that. I think that's open if I can float that in. No! Intercepted by the Bears. I got to see this again, man. It's Jaquan Brisker, the safety. Was it that bad of a route? He looked like he was unbelievably open. All right, I got to see what's happening here. So Jaquan Brisker is the safety over there. He goes immediately over to cover the deep shot of Palmer, which Palmer actually did win, by the way. He takes away that route. And what I'm looking at is R1 right here, which is J-Mac. He's open. So is Marv, by the way. And then Brisker just stays, which I probably should have, if I would have been looking at Palmer, this is a touchdown because Brisker's stayed. But I didn't even think about throwing it to Palmer because he was guarded one-on-one and I thought Brisker was going to cover that. He doesn't. Brisker stays right there on the divisional logo and then attacks the football, which was floated to Jalen McMillan. Easy interception. I mean, if I would have been looking at Palmer, I would have thrown it to him for a touchdown. But I thought that Jalen McMillan was going to be absolutely open because I thought Brisker was going to follow and help cover over the top. But he didn't. He just stayed there in the middle of the field doing nothing. And then he intercepts the football. So there goes our chance for the double dip. We just have to hope the Bears don't capitalize and score off of this. Trayvon Walker securing the edge on Caleb Williams. Good job. Good job, Trayvon. Caleb will throw it away. And we will go for 2nd and 10. There's the snap. There's the throw. Great throw by Caleb. And a great route from Adunze. Missed tackle by me. And Adunze's off to the races. Adunze down to the 9. A timeout call by Chicago. And that is all my fault. I missed the tackle, as I usually do. You shouldn't be shocked at this point, or surprised even a little bit that I missed that tackle. Murphy can't get the tackle, and Caleb Williams got an unbelievable lane to the end zone. Touchdown Bears. They take the lead with 40 seconds to go. That interception might come back to end our season in the long run. The Bears do a great job capitalizing. They scored in only 22 seconds. Oh, and we are now down in this game. That is not ideal. I was hoping to take like a 21-7 lead by the next time the Bears had the football, but now it's 14-7 in their favor. And now we can't be as conservative as we were because we got 36 seconds to try and take this lead back, or take the tie. Got to throw that. That's going to be Marv. He turns up the field. We're going to call a timeout right there. 2 timeouts remaining. Do I try the slot fade? I mean, Alec Pierce has been pretty elite. He's not running it. It's going to be Jalen McMillan. I was going to say, Alec Pierce has been pretty elite with the slot fade this year, but it's going to be J-Mac running it, and he's not open. That's going to be an aggressive throw, interception, another one by Baker Mayfield, and they're in field goal range now. I mean, that's just annoying. He's open on this throw. Maybe I threw it a little bit too late. I probably should have thrown to my left here and thrown it to the running back, Bucky Irving. He's more open. But I wasn't looking his way. I was looking at Alec Pierce, and the linebacker just jumps it. Oh, I am making some bad decisions in this football game, man. I am making some bad decisions, and we are giving Chicago a lot of points they don't deserve. We got to turn this ball over. It's going to be a little check down to Swift. They're going to use their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout remaining and 19 seconds. They're in field goal range guaranteed, unless they take a sack. They'd still probably be in field goal range even with a sack. So they're pretty much primed for a guaranteed of points. And never mind, they are going to get themselves a huge first down there. Nobody was able to catch the slot receiver. And their final timeout has been used. they will not kick the field goal with 11 seconds. So we can really do something here. If we stop them without getting out of bounds or anything like that, incomplete pass. Oh, Caleb throws it away and they'll kick the field goal. Why does the CPU always do that? Why do they have to be so smart in that situation? The CPU is never smart. But in those situations, they're always like a genius. They always throw it away to keep the time alive. Why can't they just mess up and not throw it away and let me sack them? We've given the Bears 10 points that they don't deserve off of 2 interceptions. So we're in shambles right now. We are in shambles. 4 seconds left. I'm not going traditional Hail Mary because that doesn't usually work. I will go with the verticals, though. That has a better chance of working. Just because it separates everybody a little bit more. Doesn't have everybody just going to one spot in the field. But I want to find the right vertical play. I don't want to just go traditional 4 verticals. I wanted to go with a more 3 on one side, but I don't have the time to find that, I don't think. So if I can find... Okay, here we go. We'll just go with these 4 verticals. The play clock's going down a little bit. Who do I throw this ball to? Marvin? Probably Marv. I probably throw this football to Marv. I don't have time! And it's going to be intercepted off the hit. I mean, that's just rubbing salt in the wound. I mean... They got through unbelievably quick. I didn't have enough time to throw that football. And when I did throw it, I got hit, and it goes to an interception. So that one's not Baker's fault. That's not even my fault. It's just I didn't have time. The offensive line did not hold, and nothing really I could do there. We're down 17-7. This game is by no means over. We just got to completely turn our entire team around here in the second half. We have not played well on defense, stopping Caleb Williams, and Baker's got 3 picks. 2 of them have been my fault. I will admit that. But the other one, the third one, wasn't anybody's fault. It's just BS CPU. All right, let's turn this team around. We were really, really good on that first drive. Like, we went down the field pretty simply and scored. It was no problems, nothing like that. And ever since then, we haven't been the same team. I can see why the Bears are in the position they're in. And you know what happened on that play? I pressed X, and X was not a receiver. X was not an icon. So that's why I got sacked there. I thought X was on the field. X was most certainly not. And I take a sack. Tremaine Edmonds gets in there. But luckily, Alec Pierce makes a big play there to get us all those yards and more back for us. And now it's a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. We're going to go underneath. That's J-Mac. He gets lifted on the feet, and that's ball recovered by Chicago. Jalen McMillan has fumbled and given the ball back to Chicago. There's no way that's an actual fumble, right? No way. Absolutely not. It says I can't challenge it? The replay officials control reviews in this situation. What are you talking about? Okay, they're going to review it anyway. I was going to say, why would the replay official control the review? It's not under 2 minutes in the 4th quarter. Oh, that's 100% down. Give me that football back. His elbow and his back was down before that ball comes out. Yeah, give me that football back. That's not a fumble. Thank you. 2nd and 4. They're trying to cheat us even more than they already have cheated us. I was not going to stand for that. If they wouldn't have let me challenge that, I would have been furious. 1st and 10. Bucky gets the first down on the ground. Let's go with the tight end drive here. Somebody's going to get open here. Either Taysom or Kate Otten. Somebody's getting open. It's going to be Taysom for the most part. He'll get up to the 25. Good job, Taysom. We'll call the exact same play. They won't be ready for it. I'll scramble to the side. Fire it into Taysom Hill again. He holds on, gets a couple more. 22-yard line. Probably should have waited for not Cole Kmet. Kate Otten there. He probably would have been more open or a better option. 3rd and 4. Fire that in. That's Alec Pierce. He holds on. Good job. I thought I was going to get picked off, if I'm being honest. That usually does get picked off when I throw that type of play. 1st down. Hand off to Bucky. Bucky gets a nice gain. Good job, Buck. To the 8-yard line. And we're already in situations to go for goal line stuff. I'm not a big fan of this, but it's what they gave me. That's not open. Oh, it is. Jalen McMillan. He fumbled the football, recovered by Chicago. There's no way he had possession of that. There's no way he had possession. A second fumble by Jalen McMillan on the drive. Chicago recovers. They're going to review it again. There's no way Jalen McMillan had possession of that football. He did not make a football move. He's also down completely before that ball is out. Forearm is down. Yeah, the knee is down. He's down. Give me that ball back again. And they do. First and goal from the 4. They also gave me the first down, thankfully. These, man, the fumbles are getting out of control here. And it's Jalen McMillan. I got to stop throwing it to J-Mac. That's 2 fumbles in this drive. He's gotten lucky that he didn't actually fumble him, but until he was down on the ground. But he's getting a little risky here with these fumbles. We've already wasted so much of the third quarter clock, which down 10 points is not ideal. And I don't really know who to throw this football to. We're going to give it to Jalen McMillan, and he's going to score the touchdown. We've made it a 3-point game, as long as I can drill this. We've made it a 3-point game with a quarter of football to play here at home in the divisional round. This is win or go home, ladies and gentlemen. There's no football after this if we lose. It'll be an off-season episode, which I don't want it to be. We got to play good on defense here. For once in our life, we've got to have a good defensive drive. Come on, good guys. Need a good play here. Caleb Williams under center. It's probably going to be a lot of runs, isn't it? There's one handoff. It's DeAndre Swift. He goes down at the 32. They're probably going to try to just waste as much time as possible. That's at least what I would do. Final play of the quarter, if he snaps it. He does. It's a throw. It's a quick throw, and it's a catch and a first down. And that's the third quarter over. That's a brutal catch. It's a brutal catch. He was wide open. Absolutely wide open. Can't allow that. Absolutely cannot have that. Bring a blitz, maybe? Get in the backfield? Although last time I got in the backfield, DeAndre Swift just broke the tackle. 2nd and 6. Swift gets a nice little gain there. I don't like this at all. Bears are losing a lot of time, or using a lot of time. And, I almost stepped out over the line there. Oh, it's wide open. DeAndre Swift has an unbelievable lane. The Bears are going to beat us, aren't they? Our defense is just not here today. Caleb Williams is chopping us up, and DeAndre Swift is destroying us. Oh, my God. Jamel Dean again. That ball's out, though. That ball's out. Jamel Dean falls on, not Jamel Dean, Bryce Hall. Phillips coughed it up, and the Buccaneers recover. Good googly moogly. That ball popped out while he was still in the air, or still on the ground. What? Still not on the ground. And Bryce Hall jumps on it. It was a mad dash to the ball. We have possession. It is a turnover by Chicago. There is life for Tampa Bay. We actually got a bailout, which doesn't usually happen for me. We just got to capitalize on it. We cannot squander this opportunity. We have to do something with this football, with this turnover. Whether it's a tie game or a touchdown to take the lead, don't really care. Oh, I do care. I want the touchdown. Bucky gets us to the 24. I'll probably just take the simple underneath with Taysom. There's the snap. There's the play action. Taysom Hill's open enough. He catches it. He drops it. Taysom Hill, I'm firing you into the sun. Taysom Hill drops the football, and it's a 4th and 2 situation. That's dropped as well. It's a turnover on downs. Taysom Hill drops the football and gives us a 4th down opportunity, which we dropped then because Jalen McMillan got hit. I'm honestly in shock. Taysom Hill dropped the football? Are you serious? Why can nothing just go my way, man? That was a simple throw and catch. He had 2 yards of space between him and the DB. How does he drop that football, man? It doesn't make any sense. Why? Why now? Why couldn't he have dropped it earlier in the game? Oh my God, it's just never easy for me. It's always just one thing after another, man. It just can't ever be simple. All right, there we go. We hold to a field goal attempt, so at least they don't make it a 10-point game. They take us to the 2-minute warning. A touchdown will still win this football game. Oh, but I can't believe we're even in this spot in the first place. We shouldn't even have given the ball back to them. We should have had the first down. There's the kick. It's up, and it is good. It is 20-14. It's only a 6-point game. Touchdown, extra point wins us this playoff game. We just have to get to the end zone, which has proven to be pretty tricky for us in this game. We've had fumbles. We've had drop passes, interceptions. We've had everything you can have happen that has happened to us. But I was able to keep all my timeouts. I was going to use one before they attempted the field goal, but I chose not to. Hopefully it doesn't come back to hurt me. That's a big catch from Marvin Harrison. That's going to be a big accelerated clock. Oh, I got to figure out when to use these timeouts. I might use one here. I don't want to take it under a minute just yet. 2nd and inches. This is not the spot that I thought I was going to be in today. Thought I was going to have an easier time. Bucky will get a first down and get out of bounds. So we save a timeout here. I thought I was going to be able to win this game pretty comfortably, but I should have known that this is going to be more tricky than that. 1st and 10. I think that's open. It's going to be Alec Pierce, and he's going to get out of bounds. All right, this is working. We're doing what we need to do. A minute to go, 2 timeouts. I'm going to drop that to Pierce. We can afford to use another timeout here. We have 1 remaining. The double slants has got me a little bit worried, but I'm gonna believe in it. I'm gonna believe in the shield. I'm gonna scramble with Baker. Probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna dive. Baker puts it on the ground. Why would it dive like that? I hate this game so much. Why would he Superman dive? It makes no sense. I hate this freaking game, man. I hate it. 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 I cannot challenge it because he was clearly not down when he fumbled. Or was he? No, that ball's out, I think. It looks like it's out at least. Why would he dive like that, man? It makes no sense. I just wanted a simple slide. It doesn't make any sense, man. I didn't even... Like, how do you choose which dive that you want? It doesn't make any sense. We're going to lose the game because of that. Well, not just because of that, but there's been other things that have lost us this football game, but we got absolutely royally hoed in this game. I can't stop the clock anymore. We don't have any more timeouts, and this accelerated clock's going to kill me. Takes it all the way down to under 20 seconds, so we're not even going to get a chance to get the ball back, because by the time that they snap this ball, there's going to be under 10 seconds. Then they're going to punt it, and we can't even stop it. That's a ball game. We're going to lose to the Bears in the divisional round because we got absolutely hoed in this game. And I can't believe that is how the game ends. Baker Mayfield scrambling, chooses to Superman dive? Why would that ever be the possibility of, why would that ever be an option in that situation? I just wanted a regular slide down like a baseball slide, and yet he chooses to dive head first, ball first? What are you doing, Baker? I just pressed square to dive. Or slide. I didn't do it. At least I didn't try to do a Superman dive. Why would I ever want to do that? Why would that ever be a situation? Why? Oh, I want to just hate this freaking game, man. I hate it so much. I hate Madden. Madden sucks. All right, well, we are not playing for a Super Bowl this year. Or at least not playing for a chance at the Super Bowl. Here are your Pro Bowl participants for year number 2. The Chiefs didn't win, so they're in the Pro Bowl. Neither did the Eagles. It's going to be Rams or at least it was Rams and what's it called? So the Bears are in the Super Bowl because Stafford's right here. So the Bears won the NFC Championship and they're playing in the Super Bowl. That sounds insane. Do we have any Pro Bowl guys? Probably not, unless it's on defense. Jamel Dean might have made it, I guess. Graham Barton makes it as the center. One of the centers. We get... Is that it? Just one player? No, there's Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. So that's 2. I'm shocked Jamel Dean didn't make it. He was like second in interceptions. But whatever. That's your Pro Bowl for year 2. We will not play in the Super Bowl after playing in it just last year. Who's in the Super Bowl? It's going to be Bears and Colts in the Super Bowl this year. The Bears beat the Rams because the Rams beat the Eagles. Tryon-Shoyinka gets an upgrade point. Good for him. I cannot believe that's how we lost that game. Chiefs lost to the Jets by a field goal. Colts killed the Bills and then beat the Jets comfortably. And then the Rams... Oh, no, the Eagles did beat the Rams, but they lost to the Bears by 3. So Caleb Williams or Anthony Richardson has a chance at a Super Bowl here in just year 2 of the dynasty, or of the franchise. We will simulate it once we take a look at our team to see if there's any depth trade upgrades. We get nothing on offense. I don't see anything, at least on offense. And then on defense, we have... Wow, it's a lot of stuff. Okay. I think Shoyinka is now superstar. I don't remember that being superstar. Trayvon Walker, I certainly was not superstar earlier. But I think that's the only... Was Jamel Dean a superstar? He might have been. I don't remember. I know for a fact that these 2 guys were not superstar before. So they've gone up, which is nice. That'll help Trayvon Walker's development, at least. Oh, and you know what? I am going right in here to franchise settings, and I am going to turn injuries off for season number 3. Injuries are off now. No more injuries. Just, it was too annoying. I don't like injuries. So we're going to move to the offseason here for the next episode. Colts and Bears, who's going to take home the crown? Who's going to get themselves a Lombardi? It'll be the Colts who get a championship. Anthony Richardson has done it. Maybe some people threw him out of the contention of being a good player too soon. Maybe they wrote him off too quickly because the Colts are champions. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP of the league. Puka Nacua and Micah Parsons are your players of the year. And then Ben O'Neill, wide receiver for the Cowboys, and Brandon Stackhouse, defensive tackle for the Texans, are the rookies of the year. So no awards for us. Just kind of a whatever season for us, unfortunately. I was hoping it would end with the Super Bowl, but that is not the case. So we will move to the offseason in the next episode. Our draft picks are number 19 from Cleveland, Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski is the coach of the Bears now. I don't know why that just popped. I told you it would randomly pop into my head. Kevin Stefanski is the former, in this series, the former Browns coach that now coaches the Bears. But in real life, obviously, the Browns coach. Kevin Stefanski. I don't know why that took me so long to remember. We have number 19 and number 27. Obviously, number 19 from the Rachaad White trade. Those picks are not ideal. Cleveland had a much better season than I was hoping for. We do probably have an ability to trade up those picks if I see a player that I absolutely have to have. We already purchased all of these things to make it easier for us to trade up. We also have the hometown discount thing purchased. I don't think I'm going to buy anything else. So we have the ability to trade up from 19 and from 27. If there is end up being a guy that we might want earlier than 19 or 27. So that'll all be in the next episode. It's absolute BS the way that this season ended for us on multiple different occasions, not just the diving fumble that Baker had to officially end the game. But there was other things in that game that were absolute complete BS, but it is what it is. That's just the risk that you run when you play this game, when you play Madden. So it happens. I'm not happy about it, but we move. Season 2 off season is coming up next. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.